Hello and welcome everyone round back to season 7 round 2. Welcome to Jerez, a historical track for our competition, a home of one of the teams of Gades, who, as we all know, have decided to do a very bold move and leave the Honda family for good, as it seems. For now this move has been very good for them, but we'll see how that goes. The track has been a very good place of action. We saw a world champions fail to have a good race there. For example, last season Fernando Alonso had troubles in his championship winning car, only scoring 6 with 6 and having a trouble to get anything out of the race. But let's hope they will have a bit more luck. Also, back on the grid we have some good old teams, VTRB for the first time having an actual good qualifying, and also some other shockers in the grid with how development has turned out, with the complete reset of any progress by the Season 7 regulations. Might have been a very good move by the FIA, a very terrible move for the competition. Let's hope it's going to be very exciting race and you won't have any domination by like 15,000 seconds coming in this race. But let's actually stop the talking and see what's gonna happen with today's grid as we go to the track and the lineup of 10 rows. It's going to be a last position for the rookie runner Matthias Kaiser for the Polish team Supernova, and Nikita Mazepin lines up alongside him for Lotus. Joe Guanyu and Oliver Goethe for Lotus and FMS in 18th and 17th, and Arvid Lindblad lines up in P16. Pastor Maldonado still waiting for his win to just get fired from Gades like he always does in P15, and David Beckman qualifies P14. Sergio Perez and Fernando Alonso qualify alongside each other with the same time, and Daniel Kvyat above them. It's a double top 10 for VTRB. Qualifying P10 is Joshua Dirksen, and P8 Nick De Vries, and with Ericsson in between them Charles Leclerc. It's the 7th position for Koenigsegg, and it's double Alpine row with Isaac Hadjar and Lewis Sharp. It's the second row secondary reserve by BB4's, the Fijian team, having Gabriel Bortoleto and Kushmaini in P4 and P3, and the final row is reserved by Alex Palou, the home runner for the home team Gades, and the pole position sitter and the current championship leader is Oscar Piastri for Honda with over 2/10 over pole position and second place. One of the biggest differences we had in the history of F1S. But let's see how is it going to turn out, and if we are going to have a first time in probably 7 seasons when the pole was converted to the win. As we go to the track, lights up and away we go. It's a good getaway for Piastri as Palou tries to chase this. It's a Fijian battle. Bartoletto gets sneak into the 3rd position as Maini falls down to 6th. It's Ericsson, also a good start, getting ahead of Charles Leclerc as duo of VTRB claims above the Monegasque driver as well. Fiat looking to get a sneak peek into the top 10 as Alonso keeps falling down like a London Bridge in the famous saying, as Kaiser, his teammate, is absolutely flying, has a great start and currently fighting even higher than Fernando Alonso. Looks like it's Dirksen up to P4. It's Bortoleto leading the way for the race, claiming the 1st position for Oscar Piastri, who's also doing very competitive run as well. Dirksen having a great start for his team as he's moving round the outside. It's around Kushmaini, does not get the position, however, it's chasing still the Indian driver. There's a bit of a commotion behind Palou with almost 7 drivers lined up for the position. Fernando Alonso all the way up to Lewis Sharp and Isaac Hadjar, and they are chasing each other as Maini gets dropped by the top 2 of Gabriel Bortoleto, looking for his first win in his debut for the Fijian team, and Oscar Piastri looking to continue his great streak as he has with Honda. He didn't have enough luck with Ferrari when he was driving, not scoring any win over Ferrari, and now he has a great time at Honda as he goes around the outside. Gabriel Bortoleto and gets the position done. He touches the grass just a little bit, losing position and time, but he manages to sneak by ahead. It's De Vries now for VTRB fighting for a good spot, and for possible podium, and if he goes lucky, or the top 5. Fernando Alonso sitting up in the P5, Charles Leclerc chasing afterwards, David Beckman, Zach Hadjar looking for any space to sneak by the Frenchman and the Spanish world champion. He gets up to P6. Nick De Vries, what is going on? VTRB having a great season, a great start to the race so far, with De Vries absolutely flying there. Both Koenigsegg duo having going side by side with each other. There has been no damage yet so far, any damage connected pit stop, which is a good, I guess. Fernando Alonso touches the grass a little bit, losing some time and position as still Nick De Vries trying to fight the Alpine of Isaac Hadjar. Oh, he slides badly and he goes down the order. 10th, 11th, he lost 7th position or even more in just one turn. What happened? As there's still commotion, and it's just Piastri and Maini managing to distance themselves from the commotion and from the fighting from the main peloton, as Isaac Hadjar has the duel for Gabriel Bortoletta, and he's pitting from damage. Alpine having a very short stint on a soft tire compound, trying to possibly even undercut the stage, as Zhou Guanyu fights himself in the point zone, and both FMS cars struggling to find any pace in their cars. Sergio Perez just existing there in P9, in P18 and P17, average over his average championship car, by the way. They won the WCC, by the way. Yes, this car, I'm not joking. Anyhow, Isaac Hadjar tries to score any some positions as Maini takes over the lead of the race. It's a magnificent drive for the Fijian team. Maini might break Piastri's luck and might take the chance for pole to win conversion for him, as Ericsson has climbed back to 3rd. Lewis Sharp is up to 4th. Leclerc for the Koenigsegg is running safely in P5. Kaiser is doing really well ahead of Fernando Alonso, have pitted beforehand, and he is running in very solid points today, as Dirksen managing to slowly catch onto the Liechtensteiner and gets the inside line very clearly done. Don't move, and very good. As well, Fernando Alonso down to P10. We're fighting with Zhou Guanyu. Lotus never seeing this top position. Where is this place? Probably Zhou Guanyu is saying in the radio, as Palou and De Vries with the fresher tires looking to get back to their positions. Ericsson now has the 2nd place inherited from Oscar Piastri, who has decided to quit, and Maini now alone in the lead. How are they cooking so good? How are they cooking so good? It's the first time I see Dave generally have the pace in the pace since the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix a couple seasons ago, when Beganovic has scored a win for them, and the only one currently in the history books for the Fijian team, as Isaac Hadjar managed just to catch Ericsson napping from Honda, and swiftly takes the place. Seems like so. Fernando Alonso chasing in P4 with Alex Palou behind him. There's Piastri also making overtake on very damaged Lewis Sharp, who's trying to extend his medium tire compound, losing a lot of time and pace. In the meantime, Piastri being stuck a little bit from the home runner Alex Palou for the Gades team. There is no characteristic Honda red like they had on the liveries so far, only yellow and blue of the colors. Very odd to see, to be honest. I got very used to the yellow, blue and red car, as Palou gets has been overtaken by Piastri. And there goes Charles Leclerc and Nick De Vries on Maini, who has chosen to go on the new set of cars, which is very interesting. There's no rain expected for this race, so probably Supernova being happy in the corner, knowing how bad their luck is with the rain. Nick De Vries running very good top 5 for VTRB. VT connecting with Red Bull, and suddenly they drive good. Surprising, as both of the VT runners currently still sitting into the top 10, with Nick De Vries being the better one, the debutee for and the commentators course hit them, losing the position to Charles Leclerc and dropping back to all the way down to P7. Not all the way down, my English is not Englishing today. Ericsson and the new pit stop. English, I am struggling to catch any words today, as Isaac Hadjar still leads the Grand Prix, but the pole position sitter Oscar Piastri. There is Honda closing down on the Alpine car. Where is he going to catch? Alpine napping. Is it going to be on the outside, on the curves, and on the second straight till the last and into the last corner? And Oscar gets the lead of the Grand Prix. No, it's Hadjar managing to switch back with him into the final corner, into the lap 13. Piastri being kept back by Isaac Hadjar and losing time to Fernando Alonso, who's sitting in third in his shitbox of a car that Supernova has given him. But there is Charles Leclerc as well for the Koenigsegg, looking eagerly to claim the P3 for the Swedish team. It's Alonso making a mistake. Leclerc hits the rear wing and gets the position done. And this is the Supernova fall off. This is Supernova fall off. Just kidding. Maybe they'll collect after one race or some shit. Meanwhile, his teammate, where is Kaiser? Kaiser is running in the top 10. Very good stuff for him, managing to overtake Lewis Sharp, double world champion by the way. I mean, he's not doing bad. He has got some very good pace in the Alpine car, just to catch everyone else, which might be a bit of a harder task. Oscar Piastri comfortable in the lead, Isaac Hadjar in the second, the Leclerc making a mistake for Alonso to switch into the third again. Maini looking on the fifth position. And there is Ericsson sitting in 6th position, VTRB having a P7 for themselves and Lewis Sharp in P8, Daniel Kvyat running into P9, and P10 being a Beckman for a Swedish team as well, of Kaiser sitting just on tail. And there is no shit show yet, which is very surprising for this competition, I know. Nothing controversial yet, although knowing this track we could see sooner or later getting someone pulled into a pit lane, which has happened before in season 6, where Alonso has been pushed forcefully into the pit lane by by none other than the Ferrari of Jovan Utie, who has got a 5-second penalty after the race and cost him the few positions down, and Ferrari some very important points just to secure P6 in the constructor table, which wasn't very good for them, as we see there is no Ferrari on this grid. Piastri still keeping up the race, it's the pace, and pitting is inheriting the lead with Ericsson. What a good comeback for him. Fernando Alonso managing to overtake Piastri with his earlier pit stop, and it's Nick De Vries. How is Nick? What did they put in this car that they're cooking so hard as Nick De Vries? What is he doing? He's trying to push Oscar Piastri off the track, and it's Nick De Vries indeed, and he claims a P4. But Oscar Piastri, he is showing why he is leading the championship, and the car being way faster than the VTRB gets back into the P4. The assassination attempt did not work, and yeah. And he's stuck in the P5. Polak has overtaken Hadjar, Bortoleto as well. Beckman having a struggle on his hard tire compound, keeping his teammate behind, making him lose time. Leclerc having to go through his slower teammate. A bit of a struggle, for the Monegasque driver sitting into P9. He has a lot to catch on, as there's a fight for the lead. Ericsson makes a mistake. It's Nick De Vries again, now into the podium position for VTRB, and he's catching Fernando Alonso, and he is making some time slowly but surely to the current ruling world champion. Nick De Vries is going with the DRS help, is going on the inside line. It's Fernando Alonso who's forced a bit wide, and it's Nick De Vries running into the P2. A success for the VT, and there he goes into the grass, and Fernando Alonso tries to switch back on him. He's trying to use DRS but fails to do so. Nick De Vries actually pulling a decent defense onto the world champion, giving Piastri a bit more time advantage than he already had, and there he goes. And there he goes. De Vries is down 1 second. Isaac Hadjar struggling a bit with the car. He won a race beforehand, overage Alpine, with Alex Palou sitting behind him. Bortoleto doing really well in P6 when his rookie season. Ericsson as well. Leclerc. There's Kaiser into P9 pulling a casual top 10 in his car. Leclerc is sitting though and under danger from the Liechtensteiner, who's slowly catching on. He has a hard tire compound. They're going to survive longer than the Leclerc, but Leclerc has a more genuine pace in his car, visibly being faster than the Supernovas, and he is actually struggling. Where is Overijssel? Overijssel is stuck with one fucking point, and they are really pulling off the Brown GP. If for the new teams that doesn't know, Brown GP have pulled a second in the constructor table and the World Championship by one of the drivers just to get relegated a few seasons after. So they are literally pulling a Brown GP with their very good performance, I have to say. Yes, I love shitting on teams. How did you know? Anywho, back to the race. Piastri still leading. Fernando Alonso though looking on this home ground. He's slowly catching the Australian. He is still waiting for his win. For wins for more than one season. He hasn't scored any feature race win. He had scored. He had scored a win in the sprint race in season 6, but he won without getting any wins, which is a very interesting to see. Possibly Overijssel just being shit as they are. They bowl a championship with from a 20 points advantage in round 10 to just bottling by 20 points in round 13. And you love cracking the cold one. Isaac Hadjar is in the podium, Ericsson is P4, De Vries pulling a Fiat and trying to assassinate the drivers today. With very much fresher tires than Polak and Kaiser, he might look to the top 5 and he is looking to get ahead of Matthias Kaiser, gets the position done and he's now chasing Marcus Ericsson in a Honda car. What is he doing? I think VTRB is trying to become a Mercedes of this season, the most terror LVT, I guess. It could be funny, and as he is constantly pulling assassination as he manages to catch Ericsson, napping, who have made a mistake beforehand on the grass, and he goes around the outside. Mazepin being a victim, and he gets ahead on the very wide line, and he gets the position of Honda. He's now chasing Fernando Alonso for the podium, as Alonso has been overtaken by Isaac Hadjar, and he quickly tries to get the position back, and he does get so Isaac Hadjar on the very old tires now, and he's still pulling them through and actually not losing Fernando Alonso for the slip. Never mind, as De Vries uses his tires to the fullest now, sitting in P4. It could be the first in the history of F1S a podium for the Turkmenistani team, with the cooperation with Red Bull, as they cross into the P3 ahead of Alpine. It's still Isaac Hadjar's going on, and still, he hit the grass. Nick De Vries going into the rear wing, causing a bit of damage to the Alpine as he loses a bit of pace that he had. Isaac Hadjar still overcutting on his hards, possibly looking to get as little pit stop as he can, and he goes into the grass for paying for that. Oscar Piastri also overextending his hards, making Fernando Alonso gain a bit of time on him, who has on the way fresher hard tire, probably has one pit stop left on his strategy. Nick De Vries though on the much softer compound, slowly but surely makes a bit of ground to the world champ. Commentator's curse is real. Commentator's curse is real. As Nick De Vries manages to get into the second place, for it was Piastri have pitted onto the soft tire. He is one more stop. So there's he has bottled a pole to win. Holy shit! What in the universe is going on? Looking back to the points, looking a little bit down, Leclerc is doing really well in the Koenigsegg, and Koenigsegg have barely escaped the cutting board of the relegation to F2S, but had managed to stay up by 3 points, snatching a very good result away from Brown GP and surviving the league. They're doing really well, currently sitting I believe in the P7, no P6, in the Constructor Championship in a tie with Gades and over Zaiso. Really doing really well, and there is no need to trash talk them for now, as Fernando Alonso is in the lead. Holy oh wait, because Oscar Piastri has pitted and he has the soft tire coma. He has gained 1.5 seconds in just one lap, and he is catching the world champion. Really would. It's going to be a very short-lived dream. Ericsson ahead of Nick De Vries, who is now on the very old mediums. He needs to pit one more time, though he has a bit of advantage over Leclerc and Matthias Kaiser. As his teammate, well, let's check. Dirksen, he's getting double overtaken by the both Alpines of Lewis Sharp and Isaac Hadjar. Both of the new commentator scores. I love doing that. Both on the new set of the tires. Lewis Sharp looking to get till the end on his hard tire component, and Isaac Hadjar placing everything on one card to get one more stop onto the new softs as he gets by Leclerc rather quickly, and he catches Matthias Kaiser, who is currently running into P4. His record run for now down to P5. And that was really quick. Where is De Vries? De Vries is on the new hards with 9 laps to go. Optimal strategy for him, and he is making moves. He has caught Polak napping. He's catching Leclerc on the inside line at the Al-Qaeda, I mean Al-VT, hitting again with some sort of assassination on the Charles Leclerc as he's on the P7 now, catching very quickly the Alpine car of the Lewis Sharp, making the difference smaller and smaller. The VT having unbelievable pace in this round as Piastri makes a move perfectly on the Fernando Alonso. Fernando Alonso tries to catch onto him. He has a slow tire and very much more use. He's going to one more stop on the soft tire, so he has to pray that he is going to get as much as he can from them. Ericsson is running into the podium very interestingly. Isaac Hadjar is he's struggling on the set of softs right now. Matthias Kaiser is still P5 and still Lewis Sharp running P6. Nick De Vries struggling to catch them. Doing their best as he can. It's still P7, very decent for them. Alex Palou is P8. Sergio Perez, a record 9th place for the Overzeisel team this time around. Maini on the new set of softs, the semi-new set of softs, is running into P10. A double, both Koenigsegg 10th and 11th and 12th. Bortoletto P13, and the last in points is Joshua Dirksen leading Kvyat, Maldonado, Goethe, Zhou Guanyu, Lindblad, and Mazepin without any points for now, as Alonso is still in the lead. Piastri, oh wait, they pitted, I think. Someone pitted, I missed it. As Alonso is still in the lead on the old hard. Is he pitting though? I think he should. He is not going to survive till the end, as Piastri is making a pit stop for the new set of softs, going till the end now on 6 laps to go, with 6 seconds ahead of Piastri and 10 now ahead of Ericsson, who has been struggling with Goethe lapping him. Both Alpines really sliding like crazy, with Lewis Sharp getting 4 from his teammate and De Vries making a move on Matthias Kaiser. Alonso has lost tremendous 2 seconds in the one lap on those set of cars, but now he has much fresher softs than Oscar Piastri. How much does he has to catch them? It's going to be 1.5 seconds. It could be a trial till the end now, with the pole position sitter trying to get pole to win conversion finally, and for the current ruling world champion looking for the first win in 2 seasons. Meanwhile, Lewis Sharp has managed to get into the P3, and Nick De Vries looking for the debut podium for VTRB. Sharp needs to struggle till the end with those hard tires, as Alonso now a gap only widening for some reason, 2.4 now with 4 laps to go. Oscar Piastri pulling an absolute drive for Honda right now, a historic indeed. Wait, De Vries is actually melting a gap to Lewis Sharp. VT podium before GTA 6, holy shit. VT podium before GTA 6. Oh, what is going on? Someone tell him what's going on. De Vries into the grass. It's Ericsson. Ericsson in the air, getting the position from the Dutchman, and he gets it back on the set of Ericsson though. On the new set of softs, Generic to get ahead. De Vries trying to switch back on the inside line, but faced to do so. Sharp under danger from the Honda driver. Ericsson using the moment and getting ahead. De Vries also getting into the P4, and he gets to slide a little bit more. Alonso now getting into the lead with 2 laps to go. Oscar Piastri has less soft tire now with 10 seconds gap from P3 to P2. That's only a battle between the Oscar Piastri and Fernando Alonso for the win. Less than half a second dividing them from the race win. As Alonso is in the traffic now, it could be a good chance for Oscar Piastri to use it for his own advantage, as he gets a slipstream from Nikita Mazepin, hitting the rear wing of Daniel Kvyat and trying to switch on the Alonso, going on the wide line, and still faces, so almost hits the pit wall going round, trying to go on the outside line, but faces the defense of the world champion, really unpassable by the Piastri. As we go to the last lap, it's still too far for the Australian to catch, not enough for him, sliding a bit more, he goes almost into the grass. Fernando Alonso on his home ground is pulling an absolute miracle, but wait, Oscar Piastri is catching. It could be a last lap shocker. Alonso trying to use his DRS. Oscar Piastri is on the inside line. Alonso managing to switch back. It's going to be a win for Fernando Alonso on the last turn. What a drama and what a victory. Oscar Piastri fails to get the pole to win ratios. Ericsson gets his first podium. Isaac Kaja gets P4, and it's De Vries managing to switch a P5 for VTRB. Lewis Sharp getting P6. It's Al Palou P7. Kaiser, a good P8 for him, and Leclerc gets P9. Maini from P3 to P10, and Dirksen double points for VTRB. Gabriel Bortoleto P12, Sergio Perez P13, and Beckman in the 14th place. Kvyat is 15th outside of the points. Surprise. Oh, we haven't heard for so long the Spanish anthem, the Spanish anthem for Fernando Alonso. Oh, what? This was a very long overdue, I have to say. But they have managed to pull through a miracle indeed. It's Fernando Alonso with the last straight win, and very drama-filled. They could almost lose this one, but Piastri had a bit too much slide on the last turn, allowing Fernando Alonso to switch back on him, and it's Piastri still leading the championship but losing a bit to Fernando Alonso, and it's his teammate Ericsson in third, Isaac Hadjar in fourth, and Nick De Vries sniping a P5 for VTRB. Lewis Sharp is P6, Palou 7th, Kaiser is 8th, Leclerc is 9th, Maini is 10th, and in the bottom 10 it's Dirksen, Bortoleto, Perez and Beckman in points, with Kvyat, Maldonado, Guan Yu Gethe, Lindblad and Mazepin missing on any point. Holy shit, what a finish. Well, congrats to Fernando Alonso, as I don't have any much more to add, so please everyone stand up for the national anthem of Spain and Poland for the winning driver and the winning constructor being Supernova, if I get past those YouTube ads for 1 second. So please everyone stand up for the national anthems. Well, thank you everyone who has been here so far. We probably got the attendance record on this race. I don't know if I had 8 people watching simultaneously, so thank you so much for that. Thank you for everyone who has been here at least for a second watching the race and the amazing race turned out to be. And see you next time at the next race in Iskret, Sweden, the home race of Koenigsegg in 3 days' time. So thank you and see you on Friday.